next presentation, and it will be taken by DC Richard Nusa Amadin. I want to believe you are ready for your presentation, sir.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Please.
Hello, everyone.
Sir.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
We can hear you clearly, sir.
Okay, my name is DC Richard Nusa Amadin, retired. I think the moderator was giving an insight about myself to you. I'm also the author of the book called First Responder and Crime Scene Investigation, available, and it contains most of these matters discussed. I'm asked to take on the qualification of an expert witness. Yes, I think Barrister Queen did mention in her paper that it don't just involve graduates and so on and so forth. It require a lot of experience and training. Definitely, I won't have to go straight direct to explain the qualification, but we need to know what an expert witness is. I mean, the definition of an expert witness, the type of expert witness. Then what makes a good expert witness? They will choose computer forensic as a case study. Then we'll move on to now the qualification, knowledge, rules, and scope. That is how my little presentation is going to take. I hope you are all hearing me. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Yes. An expert, I have a presentation here, but I don't know. I don't want to move my devices so I don't go off air. So please bear with me. Although I will present my materials to the registrar later. An expert witness is a witness by virtue of their education. Take note, education, profession, skills, is believed to have special knowledge of his or her own subject beyond that of an average person, sufficient that others legally depend upon their opinion, which can be accepted as evidence by the court that authorize it. In this definition, we can see that an expert witness, need to be educated, has to be a professional, has to be skillful in carrying out his duty. Please confirm you are hearing from me.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
We can hear you.
Can hear you.
So having said that definition, let's go to types of expert witness. We have computer forensic expert witness. We have medical, psychological expert witness. We have construction and architecture expert witness. We have civil litigation expert witness. These are some few I included in my papers here. And then we are going straight to what makes a good expert witness. Good expert witness can talk to the jurors in confidence. He can change the complicated materials into understandable ones, such that the lay audience can understand. Expert witness should enhance their credibility by adhering to the formal dressing code. Please watch the movie called My Cousin Vinny in YouTube. It's an interesting film. It will explain more to you about expert witness. Now let's take, among the types of expert witness, let's take on the computer forensic as a case study. And that is where I belong, because I'm a forensic expert witness. I'm a forensic expert. I have my CEH and CHFI. That CHFI, that is Computer Hacker Forensic Investigator in 2012 in India. So computer forensic is able to locate and recover information through electronic discovery using licensed applications, while protecting the evidentiary quality of findings. Like the presenters, one of the presenters did state that the evidence must be kept in the state in which it was found. He did mention that in the case of electronic evidence, for example, that imaging is necessary to image the device, thereby duplicating it so that you work on the image data rather than the original data. And I'm sure you will be wondering, why is it that you see computer being chained with chains, in the areas of forensic? Because they don't want it to be tampered with, the original. So that prompts the imaging. It means that whoever is going to be a forensic expert must have a deeper knowledge in the workings of computers, being able to use this application, such as ENCASE or FTK, that is Forensic Toolkit. And even in the cross-examination, these tools used will be questioned by professionals and said, were you licensed? Or do you use the licensed version to extract this evidence? That was why I was saying in the court, the cross-examiner must also be an expert witness. So computer forensic involves the computer forensic expert has the capability to locate and recover information through electronic discovery using licensed applications while protecting evidentiary quality of findings. Their opinions are required to interpret the evidence produced before the court for both legal teams and the jurors. Please confirm you are still hearing from me. I don't just want to be speaking to the thin air.
Yes.
We can hear you, sir.
Now, okay, I'm glad. So now we move on to computer forensic expert. Computer forensic expert must be knowledgeable in computer hardware and software, email system, financial system, credit card processing, airline reservation. You can see the definition of computer forensic, forensic expert. It's not just about having your BSc in one course or another. Of course, that starts as the basics. Understand? So there's still more training, part of which we are doing right now. And, I'm glad they mentioned fingerprint. And I'm sure many who have undergone my course will now see the importance of the first responder and crime scene investigation. Fingerprint were dealt with. And if you have no knowledge of fingerprint analysis, the institute still have programs that you can undergo to make you a professional. So you must have knowledge about airline reservation system. Are we following? So
yes, sir.
These are very, very important, because to become an expert witness, you must be able to know more about the analysis of the hardware and the software. So the role of computer forensic expert witness is examine personal computers, phones, digital and photocopiers. You must be wondering, why do I have to mention photocopiers? Yes, of course. There are some digital photocopiers that have a storage device. And that is why most of your document is not advisable to be taken to a public place, sensitive one to be photocopied. Because most times they give you the original, they still have a copy in their hard drive in their photocopiers. And there are certain type of photocopier professional like me will never go and do photocopy. So you have to be able to find out deleted files. That is, if a file is deleted from a system, you must have the capability to use the appropriate tools to extract that deleted information. There was a time that when we have this job racketeering, flying up and down, there was a case they were handling by a committee. Then I just came back from India, and they said, the information in this hard drive has been deleted. How do we now get information as an evidence against the perpetrator? So somebody mentioned, I said, why don't they just come to my office? So they brought the phone, they brought the hard drive, and so on. So I was able to use the tools I brought then to be able to recover those information. And they saw that those letters of employment that were deleted were brought back. And that was amazing. So these are some of the knowledge. Despite my qualification, as a graduate, I still have to travel to India to obtain, my professional certifications to empower me to be able to do that which I have done using the knowledge. So the knowledge is very, very important. And then certification is very, very important. Then even phone too. When phone information are deleted from phones, you can recover all the deleted informations. You must be able to know how to use such tools as Wireshark. It enables you to extract even encrypted information and bring it to a layman way of understanding. You must be able to testify as witness for defense or for prosecutor. Examine all the case documents. Prepare a report for submission to the lawyers or jury. And that is the final stage of analysis, of forensic analysis. The expert must be able to prepare a forensic report concerning the case in question. Are we following?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We are
Yes.
following.
Yes, we are following.
Okay. Now let's finally go to the qualification of an expert. I need not to tell you anything more about the qualifications, because already from my analysis and from the little presentation, you've seen that it's not just having graduated from a university that makes you an expert witness. You must be able to, have the knowledge, then be able to have certifications. Many of these certifications mention question document, for example. And then when you are able to present a case in the court and you said you are an expert witness, then you said the cross-examiner will say, how do you arrive at this? Tell you that, well, with my knowledge from question document, of which certificate I've gotten from FISN, that is Forensic Institute of Nigeria, definitely I have been trained on how to use this knowledge to extract and to prove, and to work on this document called question document. For example, question document is the questionable type. An example can be a suicide note at the scene of crime to divert the attention of the investigator. All these are also contained in my book. So from the various slides, you will agree with me that good university degree or its equivalent is a starting point. Knowledge acquired from this manpower development and professional certification such as CEH, CHFI, and FFISN, QDE, MPE+. MPE Plus is Mobile Phone Examiner Plus, given by Access Data. Forensic Accounting Examiner are all required. Your contribution to knowledge, that is, have you written a book concerning it? Have you presented a paper? Can they go to a place where they can find some of the papers you have presented? These are things that make you an expert witness in the long run. Having said this, I don't want to take much of our time because of other presenters. Expert witness resume includes certificates, credentials, accomplishments, that is what you have done. Recent work as an expert witness. Have you presented a case? Have you represented? Have you been able to speak on a case similar to this in the past? You make reference to it. List of books written by you, if any. For example, in my own case, I said I've written a book called First Responder and Crime Scene Investigation, which everybody should have as an investigator. Any training undergone? Yeah, apart from the degree and others, I went to India and then for CHFI and ECSA certification, which I was certified in 2012 when I came back from India. And all these are not even enough to make you an expert witness, provided that you are very, very current in the modern technology, because technology is not stagnant, it's evolving. Things are changing, applications are changing, different types of applications. You must be familiar with this, and you must always be on tool, on knowledge. That is, participating in a program like this. Thank you very much. I think this is my little presentation. Thank you for for giving me, your audience, and then I believe the little I've said, give interpretation to who expert witness qualification. I mean, what expert witness qualification is. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. DC Richard Nosa Amadin, retired. For those that were here at the beginning of the program, I mentioned that we have two people who are retired in our midst and who have been moved to the retired membership of the society, and DC Richard is one of them. It's a privilege to have you in our midst once again. So thank you for that precise and concise presentation. I don't know if we have questions, observations, or comments for DC Richard Amadin that we want to talk about. And also, if you have a question that you think you can easily type out, you can always type out your question and put it in the chat for the program, and then I can read it out. But if you feel you would be able to express better if you talk, then that's okay too. But if you are able to type it, if it's a short question, then you can just type it and put it in the box. So I would like to say that all the book written by DC Richard Amadin and some other members of the forensic investigators can be gotten from the society, and the registrar would be talking more about that later. But all these books can be gotten from, I know we have some on Amazon, and I know if you reach out to the society, you can get some of the books that have been published by our members. And just like DC Amadin said, I would advise that we harness what we have. We have various trainings that you can undergo just to develop yourselves in the society. So the registrar will talk more about that as well at the end of the program, so we can register for trainings and programs. I know recently there was someone at the society for about a month or 3 months, I can't remember, just learning about document questioning, and they went back to the place of work, with more knowledge. So there are so many things we can learn, and I want us to take benefit from that, from the society. So is there any question? Do we have questions for Richard Amadin? Okay. I can see a question here. It says, how long does it take to be a competent computer forensic expert? Or is it a long-term and continuous period of research and consecutive trainings?
Well, can I answer the question?
Yes, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. It's a continuous training and retraining. Like I said, computer knowledge and things like that is very dynamic. And a person like myself haven't qualified as CEH, that is a computer hackers, and so on. I still find it even the training we had here today, I learned a lot also in the process. So you understand, it's a country, you don't just obtain a certification. That is why in EC Council, they organize what we call a continuing education. And to ensure that you maintain that standard, they give your certificate 3 years to expire. So if they have organized it over there, that after 3 years, you need to be recertificated, is to ensure you maintain that integrity of quality expert. Because somebody said it's about life and death. Your presentation, your opinion can send somebody can send somebody can kill somebody and can send somebody free from whatever. So you just have to update your record continuously. If it's something you have passion for, you shouldn't say, okay, because I have qualification. Then if you do go back to some of the projects you did when you are in the university, you just do obtain the certificate. But in the case of expert witness, it is not so. Professionals, you continue updating your record. Any program like this, avail yourself. There's always one or two things to learn. I don't know if I've answered the question.
If so, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
You're welcome.
for answering the question. And once again, someone mentioned that it's a wonderful presentation and wonderful presentations, and they would like to get the material. So, like I mentioned earlier, the materials would be made available for us. So